Just first question about Fulham. I heard you say after the Sunderland game you rated them. What are your views on them?
No, I think they're a good side. Obviously, the manager's there, been there now for a few years, so he's got everything in place that he wants. He's got the players, he wants in the team, and they've got an identity. And as I've said before, I think when you watch teams, it's lovely to see what they're trying to achieve, both in and out of possession. So, yeah, it'll be a tough game for us.
You said when you came here you wouldn't be here if everything was going perfectly well. What are the key things you've been trying to change, do Middlesbrough do differently?
I don't think it's changed. I'm still learning. I'm still sucking and learning on what we've got, what we haven't got in the group. I think there's definitely an overbalance in certain areas and weaknesses in other areas. So but that takes time. And as I've said before, I don't want to come in and just keep asking Steve for money and money and money. I want to try and work my way through it if I possibly can. I think the important thing is getting the players, getting the best out of the players in respect of what their qualities are and what their strengths are within the structure of the team.
How difficult is that? Because a couple of weeks of the transfer window, are you looking at players?
Yeah, we are. The squad is a big squad. We're trying to move a few out if we can. And then if there's room to bring one or two in, we'll bring one or two in. But as I've said, I'm not a blinking magician. I'm not going to come in here and turn things around and get things the way I want within days or weeks. It takes a bit of time.
Have you had any offers for any of your players?
Not at the moment, but like I say, if it does, then Neil and the chairman will speak about that, and then they'll let me know, I'm sure.
No firm offers, any interest?
There's been interest, as there is with us, with other people, just finding out what's in the market, what's not in the market. You're continuously, scouring to see what's about and what's available. Like I say, nothing firm at this present moment.
Just finally from me, Middlesbrough fans have done a lot supporting Hartlepool with their problems they're having. What do you feel about that? The local club, a football league club now.
Well, it's a hotbed for football, the North East, and nobody wants to see any of the clubs, struggling. And I just hope they can find a way out. It's obviously difficult times for them. I played against this club in, 85, 86, when Bruce was here, when Bruce Rioch was here. I was at Bournemouth at the time of Harry. And have a look where the club has gone since then. So, there's always that. You live in hope. And like I say, it's a hotbed of football, this area. And I hope they can see it through.
Tony, how are you looking injury-wise?
Yeah, we've got one or two knocks and one or two niggles, so it won't be until one or two will watch the training today. Then if they're fit for tomorrow, they'll play. But if they're not, then other players will have to come in. So we've got one or two who might be on the bench, and we might take a chance with them off the bench. But whoever we play or whoever we don't play, hopefully they'll understand what we're trying to achieve.
You touched on the transfer window there. We're almost halfway through January. I suppose it's difficult to make changes in such a short space of time.
Well, it's difficult in lots of respects. You're having to rely on what other people think of players and their characters at the football club, sometimes not making decisions yourself, and you don't want to be rash with people. But we'll see. Like I say, at the moment I'm sucking and seeing, and I haven't got a real firm grip on the football club yet, and that takes time. That takes a bit of time.
So can we read much into what you've done so far in terms of team selection, substitutes, etc., or are you going to try and spend most of January seeing as many of the players as you
can? Well, we had a practice match this week. We were supposed to have a game at Newcastle that was called off, which we'd have gone up and watched. So we've had a little practice match and watched some of the players that we haven't seen play yet. That's been the situation. Over the Christmas period and everything else. There's been players who haven't played in the first team, senior players, and some of them have, money. There's been quite a bit of money spent on them, and we still haven't looked and assessed what they can bring to the group.
How are you personally finding the challenge of managing back down at this level again?
Yeah, it's fresh, it's new. I've got a lot to get my teeth into and a lot to see. I'm trying to watch as many games in the Championship as I possibly can. I'll be watching the Sheffield Derby tonight. So I'm trying to get as much knowledge as I possibly can. In some ways it's a disadvantage, in other ways it's an advantage. So, you know, there's always pros and cons for it. But, yeah, it's been interesting.
Do you notice a vast difference between the Premier League and the Championship?
Oh yeah, there's an enormous difference between, but there's vast differences in the Premiership from the top teams to the teams that are not in that group. So, you know, there's a difference definitely. But having said that, this football club's got everything in place, got the structure and everything in place to be a real strong Premier League club. You need the team on the pitch. That's the thing that cooks it for you.
I think Gary mentioned, he said it a couple of times, but he certainly said it in his last press conference here before he lost his job. He said there was a bit of a, shall we say, maybe a residue left over from the previous regime, perhaps even call it a hangover. Is that something you've noticed as well?
No, the lads have worked out. I think, you know, the problem you have all the time is that as managers come in, and you know, Gary had taken over from Aitor and looked at it and thought there was different things he'd like to do differently than Aitor. I've taken over and think I can do different things to what Gary can do. Gary will get his next job and he'll go in and he'll think, well, I can do different things here from the other manager. We're all different. We're all trying to get the same results and achieve success. But we do it in different ways, and you know, that's life, that's football management. We don't all see it the same, we don't all breathe it the same, and that's why it's such a great game. No problems.